Come, Holy Spirit.
Shakad Spirit Nepal.
Halina banal na Espiritu Santo.
പരിശുദ്ധാത്മാവേ വരേണമേ.
Come, Holy Spirit.
Przyjdź, Duchu Święty.
Veni Sancti Spiritus.
Hello, friends. Happy birthday on this, the great feast of Pentecost, Sunday, when Jesus filled the church with the power of his Holy Spirit and sent it out into the whole world to bring peace, joy, and forgiveness to all people. As you know, our parish of Holy Cross and Our Lady of Perpetual Succor is truly blessed with parishioners from the four corners of the world. And while we remain in lockdown, we continue to celebrate our liturgical feasts as best we can. A number of our parishioners from within the confines of their homes have put together this powerful video of the 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit. I hope, and I am sure you will enjoy it and see what an amazing parish community you belong to.
Wisdom is one of the 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit.
Wisdom is not being smart or intelligent.
Wisdom is a gift that allows a person to understand things from God's point of view.
In other words, wisdom allows a person to recognize God's will in every aspect of life and help us to make right choices, right decisions, and right solutions, thereby reflecting Jesus through our lives.
On this feast of Pentecost, let us ask the Holy Spirit to rekindle the fire in us.
May the heavenly wisdom guide us in our daily lives, in every responses, every actions, every words and deeds.
Come, Holy Spirit. പരിശുദ്ധാത്മാവേ വരേണമേ.
Jesus, on 2 subsequent appearances, opened the minds of the apostles. These were ordinary men who were given an extraordinary gift of understanding. It didn't come to them as a result of long study and hard work. Rather, it came to them as a result of their openness to Christ. The mysteries of God are deep, vast, and wide. Without the gift of understanding, we are left on our own to try to make sense of life. How is it, for example, that an all-powerful and all-loving God can allow the good and the innocent to suffer. The truth is that He is centrally involved in all things. What we need is an understanding of the mysterious ways of God. But this will never happen unless we allow Jesus to open our minds.
Come, Holy Spirit, with your gift of counsel, and guide me to make the right choices in the easy and difficult situations of everyday life.
In the 1940s and 50s, 500,000 men, women and children emigrated from Ireland, unprecedented since the Great Potato Famine. A large number came to the UK, and many, like mine, settled in our communities of Bestwood, Bulwell and Hucknall. I cannot imagine how hard it was for them to make such a momentous decision, leaving behind their families, friends and all that they held dear. But one thing that motivated, sustained and guided them was their unfailing faith in the Blessed Trinity, Father, Son and Holy Spirit. The shamrock, a national emblem symbolising this truth and the truth that St. Patrick used to teach his faithful followers in Ireland centuries ago. Along with the unshakable faith, the Irish community brought with them their amazing work ethic and their many skills. They brought their own particular sense of humour, generosity and a deep respect for others. Yet in all things they trust in the providence of God, guided by the Holy Spirit in all things, was central to their lives. The Irish community has enriched the world with many cultural gifts. Poetry and literature, food and drink, music and song, and of course, Irish dancing. Gurami Mahagos, Sláinte.
One of the 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit is courage, otherwise known as fortitude. What are you afraid of? With every negative news we hear each day, especially now in these times, we all struggle with fear and anxiety.
In a broken and fearful world, the Spirit gives us courage.
With every decision, in every moment of crisis or opportunity, and there are many, with our family, friends and neighbours, we need the Spirit's guidance and all the courage we can get.
At every turning point along the way, we have the Spirit's power.
God calls us to ventures of which we cannot see the ending or the outcome. He sends us down paths that have not yet been trodden or through perils unknown. God, through the Holy Spirit, has given us courage to tackle anything that is put in front of us.
A quote from Pope Francis: "If we have the Holy Spirit within us, we have the courage to strive forward and win countless battles."
And they were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues, as the Spirit gave them utterance.
As with many other countries, Poland celebrates the descent of the Holy Spirit, Pentecost, zesłanie Ducha Świętego. Pentecost is called the Green Holiday, in Poland Zielone Świątki.
It's celebrated on the seventh Sunday after Easter and always lands in spring. Due to that, in Poland, it's known as Farmers' and Shepherds' Day, when they joyfully welcome the reviving nature. It's a time when people decorate their houses and churches with green branches to bring blessings to their homes and to the occupants.
Come, Holy Spirit, przyjdź Duchu Święty.
The Holy Spirit bestows the gift of knowledge upon each and every one of us, but it's really up to us as individuals to embrace that gift. On an academic level, we have some of the best educational institutes in the world, and locally, in our parish, our local schools provide our children with an endless amount of knowledge that can set them on the path to doing whatever they want in life. In the parish, we gain knowledge of God and how we should be living our lives through the readings and sermons at Mass and from interactions within the community. The gift of knowledge gives us better judgment in making decisions in our lives. It helps us to determine God's purpose for us and to embrace the truths of faith and apply the teachings of faith to our daily life.
One of the 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit is piety, which is considered as the perfection of the virtue of religion. While we tend to think of religion today as the external element of our faith, it really means the willingness to worship and to serve God. Piety takes that willingness beyond a sense of duty.
The Filipinos are family-oriented and often religious, with an appreciation for art, fashion, music, and food. Filipinos are one of the most hospitable people you may find anywhere. Foreign visitors in the country are treated with the utmost respect. Having close family ties is also one of our unique traits. It is one of the outstanding cultural values that Filipinos have. The family takes care of each other and elders by simply obeying authorities. This is one of the unique characteristics of families. Having fondness for family reunions during secular and religious holidays such as Christmas, New Year's Eve, All Saints' Day, weddings, graduations, baptisms and funerals, and etc. is evidence that Filipino people value not only our cultural tradition but the spirit of our family. As Filipinos, we are blessed to have been brought up with strong family ties, living with having a pure mind and heart in everything we do. As a Filipino child, one of our popular traditions and find the similarities that bind Filipinos to each other is doing a mano po. When children or young people greet or say goodbye to our elders, we typically do so by taking the right hand of the elders with our right hand and touch the back of the elder's hand lightly on our forehead. It is a way of giving respect to the elders, and I believe that it is also a way of receiving blessing from the elders. Mano is a Spanish word for hand, where po is used in the end of sentences which addresses elders or superiors. We are now going to demonstrate our tradition.
Manang po.
God bless you.
Papuri tayo, Espiritu, papuri tayo. Papuri tayo, O Espiritu Santo. Pinupuri ka namin, dinarangan baka namin, is nagsasalamatan ka.
The seventh gift of the Holy Spirit is reverent awe before God, realizing something of His greatness, His beauty, His majesty, His love, and an awareness of one's own smallness and fragility. This puts the faith into perspective. We realize that all we have got comes from God. Francis used to pray, Lord, who are you and who am I? And when we realize God's overwhelming love, we try to avoid anything that would diminish our response to it.
Laudato si, omnes Signore, laudato si, omnes Signore, laudato si, omnes Signore, laudato si, omnes Signore, laudato si.
St. John tells us in our Gospel today, after Jesus had given his peace to his disciples, he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit. This is my prayer for you today, that you reopen your minds and hearts to welcome God's Holy Spirit and allow Him to take His rightful place in your souls." So, my friends, what gift would you like to receive from the Holy Spirit this Pentecost Sunday? And are you open to receive the gift He wants to give to you? I've got my gift. Have you got yours?